We might have 3 DNFs in a row, but we've got one of the fastest TT02s around. How do you get more speed in a box stock class? Well, a couple things that you can purchase and a whole lot of work. We're going to talk about it right now on the channel. I'm Chad, this is the Dorky M40 RC channel. Let's talk about how we make the TT02 faster today. Apologies for the voice. It has been coming and going here the past couple weeks, ever since I got sick. So hope you guys are all doing good out there in the RC world. So we've had some pretty bad luck, to say the least, with the TT02. We have had the fastest car at a couple different tracks multiple weeks in a row, and ever since we had our 3rd place finish up at Norcar, post a video to those races up here, I've had electronics failure and been crashed out 2 weeks in a row. So that is 3 DNFs, and I'm dropping into points, and I'm not happy about it. But it's all good because I'm all about going fast, and I got a super fast car here. So what am I doing to this TT02 to make it so fast? Well, you can see, and from my previous video, I talked about this. I have been putting an insane amount of work into this car. These things require so much work to keep running smoothly and fast and everything else. Totally tearing the car down at least once to twice a week, cleaning all the bearings, lubrication after lubrication after lubrication. So all of that stuff, super free and spinning drivetrain, anything that we can do to keep this thing moving in the right direction. Couple of the products that we've been using here recently. Been playing with these new R1 anti-friction coatings that they have. They've got this stuff here, which is pretty cool because you basically brush this stuff on. It comes in a little nail polish remover bottle, and then you just literally brush it on and let it dry, and it creates like this coating on top of here, and then you're good to go. And so far so good. I really am enjoying using this stuff. It's easy to apply, it dries super fast, so it's really cool. It's just in this little bottle right here. If you're putting it on like driveline parts and stuff like that, it can kind of create a little bit of friction, even though it's anti-friction. So you need to run it in a little bit and I guess get that top layer of the coating off. But then they also make the grease, which, kind of looks like this, the little graphite grease. And this is made for like high speed applications and stuff like that. So you use it, like in the gears for like gear mesh. I've used it a couple places on my GT12. They're not coming off the tongue right now, but going to be trying out some of this R1 stuff to replace this because it's a lot cheaper. It's about half the price. Plus, it's R1. Why not? Oh, speaking of R1, let's talk about the batteries that I've been using this thing. So typically we use a 5200 Mud Boss type of battery, and I have been using recently in the past, this SMC 5200, which has got some of Tony's power push magic in it. And this battery ran really good. It basically would come off the charger. If you have an iCharger, you can measure the internal resistance on it. It would usually come off the charger ready to race at about 1.5, 1.4 milliohms, which is what it's rated at here on Tony's sticker. And off the track, it would maybe climb up to about 3. Now, a lot of people maybe racing TT02s don't have iChargers. Maybe you're using a basic charger. That's fine. You would want to have somebody with that kind of charger at least measure your batteries to see exactly what is going on inside of them, and that really would be limit your performance. Now, people are going to argue, how much can you actually get out of a TT02 and messing around with batteries? Well, I just got in my R1 at 5200 at Mud Boss last Wednesday, and I've been waiting on these to come back in stock. They've been out of stock for a while, And this thing off the charger was down to about 0.9 milliohms. And after a full 4-minute heat, it came off the track at like 1.5. So this thing was good literally for like a tenth of a second the other night when I ran my fastest hot lap ever. So this battery, this 5200 Mud Boss battery from R1 is definitely the key. And without weighing them, it feels like it's actually heavier than the SMC. So I'm not going to argue with it. The results are actually on Live RC. If you want to look at Mansfield RC Raceway, you can actually see the time difference. I let OG Bo run the battery in his TT02 during the second heat, and he picked up about a tenth with it too. And my car did slow down going to the SMC battery. Now, the last item might be debatable, but it's literally the only gray area piece that is inside this car. And inside here is a Robinson Racing 0.6 pitch 22 tooth pinion gear. So same size as the stock gearing that we're running, of course, with the torque tune motor. That's, comes in the box and everything like that. But the quality of this thing and just the machining of it, literally, I went from like not the fastest, but in second place up at Norcar a couple weeks ago. Before the mains, I went and bought that because I noticed that my spur gear was looking pretty bad. And funny enough, the week before, a guy was blowing through spur gears, and literally it was because his pinion gear was shot. The Tamiya pinion gears, are made out of like pot metal. They wear down, whatever. So this is a $4 upgrade. This thing was good for nearly 2/10 that day, and at least a tenth to a 2/10 somewhere in there. So that pinion gear and that battery, as well as hours of work on this car, is really what has got me going super fast in the oval and on road as well. Had to change some things back that we had did to the car previously to make it perform better on road. There's things also that you're going to want to do. Like, of course, you're going to want to glue your front sidewalls. If you look inside of my tires, you can see that, I've got these tires balanced, and I check the balance on them every couple weeks. So all kinds of crazy little things that I do to this thing. So I just went through and got everything rebuilt here. Got to put the front 2 shocks back on, and this baby will be ready to go for this coming Wednesday race, where hopefully we can stay out of trouble and we can at least get back to the podium and get some points. If not, take home the TQ and the W and the hot lap, even though it's not worth anything, but it just feels so good. So that's it, guys. Love you all. Talk to you later. Peace.